Today we're reacting to the video, 10 jobs AI will not replace by Valuetainment. And I saw this video come up on my feed. I definitely wanted to make a reaction video to it. Just being the co-founder and CEO of Blink Voice and PitchMe. PitchMe is a software that we've developed leveraging AI to help train your customer support people and customer service people, as well as salespeople, giving data directly into the manager. So you have training, a lot of culture building. It's a great product, as well as Blink Voice, which is a software that we've developed for small to medium-sized businesses to help them communicate with their customers better. Incredible stuff. I feel like I want to make this video just because of all the knowledge that we've had in the past 10 years. And so I thought, hey, let's react to this video. We're going to go line by line. Some stuff we may agree with, some stuff we may not. Let's get into it.
If you own life insurance, you probably said, nah, this guy was hounding me, until eventually my wife and I sat down and guess what? We finally bought life insurance. Yes, because no matter what they do, life insurance will be a product that someone has to sell you most of the time. Yes, maybe term insurance, but it has to be sold. That's one of the products that AI is not going to replace anytime soon.
Okay, so there's one thing I do agree with him on, that insurance agents are probably one of the most aggressive and borderline annoying salespeople to deal with. But if you listen to what he said, insurance agent that's hounding you. And if you're watching this video, comment down below if you like to be hounded by a salesperson. No one does, right? So just right there, no one wants to do that. No one wants to have someone constantly following up and try, kind of like that commission breath. And AI is not going to have that, right? And if you're in the market for it, which I was in the market for life insurance coincidentally a couple months ago, and we purchased it, but I just want to go directly to the insurance agent, right? Which could be an AI. I could ask my questions. I could prompt it to explain it to me in layman's terms. I don't really understand that. I can go back and forth. And when I'm ready to make that purchase, I'm going to make that purchase. I don't think that that's not going to be disrupted. In fact, I think those industries are probably going to be the fastest to disrupt. I could have a conversation with me and my wife at leisure on a Zoom call with an AI agent, ask questions, and sign right up then and there, right? I don't need necessarily someone cold calling me, constantly following up. It's unnecessary. So those are the things that I think the consumer is going to be loving that's replaced by AI. It's just more efficient.
How many different financial institutions are there? Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch. Think about all of those, right? Do you think AI can convert the clients from taking their money from Morgan to Goldman Sachs? Who does that? Can AI do that? How do they do that? Actually think about it. How is somebody going to come and persuade this client that's got $28 million at Morgan Stanley to move it to Goldman Sachs? That needs to be a person. Anything that's high wealth management, financial planning, that requires the relationship, not the know-how. The know-how AI is going to replace.
Okay, so he just said requires a relationship, not the know-how. And when you're talking about financial wealth and consulting and all that, the relationship is the scariest thing, because you're talking about $28 million, $100 million. That's a trust factor, right? And that relationship is what? It's built on trust. All the financial crime that's happened in the past even 10 years were only able to happen because of human interaction and the fact that they could leverage trust and leverage relationships and take advantage of their customers. Insert Bernie Madoff. His whole entire organization was built off relationships, and he had the biggest Ponzi scheme in the world. I think that that's another industry that's just riddled with relationship crime. I'm going to want to trust an AI that doesn't have an ulterior motive, and I don't have to question, why does this guy want me to move my money? What's in it for him? You know what I mean? And AI is not going to have that. You're not going to have any of that question. It's going to be direct. And I think companies like Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, do they really want to pay commission? Of course not. They don't want to pay the commission for a money manager. If they could prompt the AI to have relationship prompts and facts and all that, you're removing the crime aspect of it. You're removing any of the inefficiencies out of it, and you're saving Bank of America and these massive organizations the commission that they have to pay for those people. So that's definitely going to be disrupted, in my opinion.
Don't have for you to spit in based on 28 questions somebody asked to say this person's risk tolerance is this. These are the 3 recommendations I'm making for a mutual fund here. These are 7 stocks that would be good for this person. These are 4 products that would be good for this person. That AI will replace. But the idea of somebody moving the money from here to here.
So you think that Bank of America is going to pay whatever percentage, millions of dollars a year in commission, just based on relationships? No. No way. There's absolutely no way that there's not a team of people at Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, and all these people developing their own AI to offset all of that. I know I would be, 100%.
Here, it's going to require a human being to do it. Number 3, expensive real estate. If you're dealing with a $4 million property, $5 million, high-end property, somebody needs to sell it. AI is not going to do it. Someone needs to come and take you through it. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people. There was a lady, I'll never forget. We made an offer on this house, and the lady's like, I'm doing it myself, and there's no way I'm going to pay a realtor 6% or 5%. I'm going to do it myself. It was the most difficult human being I ever dealt with when I wanted to buy a house. It was almost annoying.
Boom. It was almost annoying dealing with a human. It's almost annoying. 100%. That I agree with you on. It's annoying. It's so inefficient. Give myself, my wife, a code to the key to get into the $5 million house. Let us go in there with our family, with our kids. Let us feel the vibe of the house. I don't need somebody that's distracted there. And what are they really telling you anyway? Well, the bathroom's upstairs, and yeah, it has a finished basement in the school. I can get, that's all data. It's not efficient. I don't need somebody walking me in a house and telling me where the bathroom is. I know where that is. Honestly, I think the most irrelevant position or career that you could take right now is real estate. It makes no sense at all, especially when it comes to high-end properties. I don't want someone standing around me telling me where everything is. I know where everything is. What I want to do is feel. If you're trying to sell somebody a high-ticket item, it's emotion. There's no real estate agent in the world that's going to get me to work my emotions up than the house is going to be able to. Give me the keys to the house. Give me 30 minutes on a Calendly link. I could log it in. We could come up with the software. I go in for a half an hour with my kids and my children, and we kind of feel like we're living there for a half an hour, right? Give us that. Afterwards, it's a follow-up meeting with an AI agent that all the data from that $5 million house is put into, questions answered, boom, let's get this approved, let's get the deal in.
Because of how often she changed her mind, right? Versus you deal with somebody, they speak to the other person, they negotiate together, collectively deal is done. You're gonna need that human interaction.
You don't need middlemen. There's no need for middlemen. I don't need someone that is a part-time real estate agent negotiating on my behalf. It just doesn't make any sense. Well, I need your last and final. And then they go to the other real estate agent. There's two people that are not even fully committed to something. And how many people, let's ask ChatGPT, what's the percentage of real estate agents that are part-time?
The percentage of real estate agents who are part-time can vary by region and market, but generally, estimates suggest that around half of all real estate agents work part-time. The exact figure can change depending on the market condition.
Half. That's a 50% chance that I'm using a half bought in person to buy a $5 million house and negotiate on my behalf. No way. Absolutely not. Give me the keys to the house. Let me go in there myself with my wife, with my 2 children. Let me feel the property. Let me feel like I want to live here. Then let me talk to an AI agent after on a Zoom call where I could ask all the questions. I can get facts. I can get data. And that is the way that the future is going. If you're in real estate, I hate to say it, either leverage AI or change your career, because it's just, look, 50%. I'm not betting $5 million on a 50% chance. I want someone that's 100% bought in. And you could argue, well, then go to a better real estate agent. Who's better than AI? I could take all the best minds in real estate and I could prompt them all in a large language model and feed it data about all the houses in the Gold Coast of Long Island, all the $5, $6, $7 million houses, and it can give me all of that data with the emotions, with the skill set of all the best agents in the market. I do not need some lady or man that's half bought in to sell me a house when they're not even fully bought in themselves.
On high, expensive real estate being sold, at least for now, until robots show up one day. Luxury products, you're selling a $100,000 watch, $50,000 watch, $1 million watch, jewelry, you're gonna need somebody to come.
No, you're not. I'm sure I'm going to agree with something, but no, you're not. No one called me to buy this watch. First of all, I'm not buying a watch or any pricey piece of jewelry for someone that's trying to sell me it. Is it fake now? It devalues the watch. It devalues the jewelry when someone's trying to sell you it. If you go into the mall and you see the kiosk and they're like, hey, you want a chain? Are those chains worth anything? No. Patek Philippe, Rolex, all these, you have to come in there and you have to be selected to buy the watch. It's not someone selling it. And the only thing that they're really doing is the salespeople at these high-end jewelry places, they're the gatekeepers for it. But you remove those gatekeepers, those could be replaced with AI. If I'm in the market for a watch, you put a selecting, like some kind of a mechanism to choose on a wait list or whatever the case is. I speak to a representative to put the order in. I disagree with that. I think it actually devalues it. I think it's a bad example to say that high-end jewelry needs to be sold by somebody. Nobody cold called me or prospected me or emailed me or texted me to buy this watch. I wanted a Rolex. I went out and I bought a Rolex. That was it.
Don't get me wrong, you're gonna buy some of that stuff yourself as well, but somebody needs to sit me down and say, this Lamborghini is this, that car is this. It's a higher ticket item. I deal with my contacts. I have a handful of guys that I'll call and say, I'm looking for this car. I'm looking for that. They go find them and they go bring it to me. Probably the last 20 cars that I bought, it's been delivered to me. It's been shipped over.
Sure. Okay. So I agree with him. That relationship wise, if you want something custom, something rare, something like that, sure, you could leverage relationships with humans. They have a connection. I don't know about the Ferrari that's in someone's garage that the guy's had for 30 years and he doesn't. How am I going to know about that? If it's not in a database anywhere, I'm never going to know about it. So for sure, you could do that. But in the beginning of the video, he was saying that the car is something that you purchase. If anyone watching this has ever purchased a Tesla, go through that process. It's actually incredible. He's completely disrupting the way that cars are purchased. The words, someone needs to sit me down and tell me about the car, the Lamborghini. Not at all. What is he telling you? He's telling you facts and data about the car. All of that's AI. Honestly, they're just in the way. Give me a test drive. Give me the keys. Let me test drive. And you don't even need a person to be in the seat to test drive the car. And then you have the facts. You have the data. That's all AI-driven data. You don't need someone to do that. I don't agree with him on that, but I do agree. If you want something that's rare, a referral, yes, you need a human for a referral, 100%.
But I deal with somebody who goes and finds that for me that I don't have the time for. I don't think that's going away anytime soon. Private equity, venture capital, you're gonna need to deal with somebody, a person that's sitting there with me and, hey, here's what the structure would look like. Okay, no, I'm not open to this. Well, how about we do this? Well, no, I would like to do this. Well, we want you to agree to anytime you spend over $500,000, you have to get it approved by us. I don't want to do that. You're working plumber, you can't do another job. I'm not agreeing to that. You need somebody to go back and forth to do it.
Yeah, I actually agree with him here personally. I think that when it comes to private equity and investment in your business, most of the time if you're dealing with a founder, it's their baby. They started it from absolutely nothing. Of course, they maybe would want like a human with leveraging AI, but I know for myself, I would rather speak to a person, but I would want AI to be in the mix. Honestly, if I had a conversation with a private equity firm, which we've had, I'm going to ChatGPT, I'm going to AI right afterwards, reviewing everything that we said.
Next one is consulting and coaching. Think about it this way. You go on ChatGPT, ask any question you want for consulting. I want to be able to take my business to this is my current comp plan. What should I change it to? What would it look like? What are the best successes it's had? You can ask those questions of AI, right? But if you deal with a consultant, somebody that's an expert operator, that's been there before, and you say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. You sold your business for this. You build a business like this. You have a channel like this. You were able to, create an HR department like this. How did you do it? Somebody can sit down because they have an expertise to share with you. That will not be going away because even that person's going to share with you how they leverage AI to take their business to the next level. They're still the expert operator for now. Until in the future, right now still, if you're dealing with a consultant that is an expert operator, they're going to be able to give you counsel on what worked for them.
I agree to a certain extent. I've actually gone to an event of his, the Sales Leadership Summit. I've connected him before to ask a couple of questions. I don't do it often. It's interesting to hear it from the horse's mouth versus AI. Like you just know it's more solid. I don't think it's going to be replaced anytime soon, but what I do think that will happen is that people like Patrick or people that have any kind of consulting, they're just going to make an AI version of themselves. It's more scalable. Instead of having 30 other, consultants under you, to scale up your consulting company, just have an AI that's like downloaded all your data and put in there. That would probably be a more scalable model. So that's how I think it's going to disrupt the consulting, but not necessarily replace it.
I want to hire new people. I want to expand into a new market. I want to find a better marketing strategy to take my YouTube channel to the next level. I want to deal with, I'm having a lot of HR issues. How do I do it? You can ask me the question on Connect. And if it isn't me, I'm going to introduce you to other people that can help you out.
So again, he's talking about referrals. I agree with him immensely. If referrals are a very powerful thing, I don't think AI is going to be able to really touch them. So I agree with him on the referral aspect of it. That's a human to human thing.
Down what you have asked me the question, I will share it with you. Why? Because I went from the process of zero to selling a business for $250 million. I've dealt with every state regulation you can think about in the financial industry, marketing, YouTube, all of that stuff. Consultants who have moral authority, who are expert operators, won't be replaced by AI anytime soon. Next thing is legal services. By the way, you can right now go and ask a bunch of different questions about legal on ChatGPT or Grok by state laws, whatever it may be. They'll give it to you, right? So now somebody represents you. Tell me how ChatGPT or Grok's going to represent you. You're in court. Somebody needs to go negotiate with the judge, convince them that you're okay. They're going to need an emotional person to get me to sit there and say, man, I didn't know that person's going through this. I don't know. That was actually a very good argument. You're right. You know what? We're good to go. If you're very, very good at what you do in legal and selling that service to others, I don't think it's going away anytime soon when it comes down to having someone fight on your behalf. You think about marketing.
I agree with him just because I don't think the courts are ready to debate an AI lawyer. I don't think that they're ready for that. So I do agree with him there. I think the government's very slow to move on technology. But I do think that if you were to put a human lawyer versus an AI lawyer, I think the AI lawyer is going to beat it 10 out of 10 times. But again, I agree with him on that.
Somebody to do marketing for you. Why will that not be replaced by AI? Maybe you can ask ChatGPT to write a script for you. Of course you can. Maybe you can ask it to give you a good script for a video or something like that, for sure. But you're still going to need to hire somebody to tell the story. Why? Because storytelling requires to make an emotional connection. Okay? Think about whatever robot movie you ever watched. Okay? Think about any.
So this I actually agree with him on. You are going to need to still hire someone to tell the story. It's just not authentic when you have an AI telling you a story. You don't have that emotional connection. I agree with him.
Somebody that teaches someone to play certain sports, soccer, baseball, football, whatever it may be. You're going to need a human being to teach another human being how to get good at something. Let's say a robot is teaching you how to be a better player, right? This person's going to be like, well, I'm never going to be as good as you. You're a robot. But a human being can look at a screen using AI on what you do with your elbow to say, bring it up, bring it down, stand like this, and watch you and say, hey, try to do this. Put your foot down. Your timing is too much. Look at your body. You're going through this. So a human being leverages AI to help you to make your swing better.
Perfect. I actually agree with him 100%. That's the reason why we created PitchMe. That is a software that customer support teams and managers and sales teams and sales managers are able to leverage AI to get better training, to build culture, to deliver an all-around better product by leveraging AI and leveraging our large language model that we've developed in-house. It's the same exact analogy as he used for the sports player, where I can't get trained just by an AI and say, okay, do this, do that. It's not the same, right? So you're going to need to have the ability to leverage that and give that data to the manager, to the owner of the company, and then he's able to kind of train his team just like a sports team. It's leveraging AI to make your sales team exponentially better. And you're getting a return on your investment. No more burned leads, no more not knowing how training is going and basing it only strictly on human emotion, right? You have granular data to know how that role playing is being done. Same goes for customer support, right? Retention. So this app was developed to leverage humans and make humans smarter with AI and give that power to the owner, the founder, the CEO, the executive to then train their teams and deliver a better product. What are you doing with your pitch? There's an inflection in your voice. Are you using questions to control the conversation? How is your retention with a customer? Are you speaking more than you're listening? This is all done in PitchMe. This is all done. We build cultures in this app. It's an incredible, very, very powerful app.
That's what I want to say to you. It's kind of sales, but you can put it with leadership. Whether it's sales leadership, something that you're going to be interacting with human beings a lot. The skill set today, because everybody is like this right now, and everybody's on their iPads right now not looking at you, the value of knowing how to deal with human beings and interact is becoming more valuable today than ever. Why? Because the last few years, we've lost it. We
Definitely, 100% agree. That is not going anywhere, and it's a lost art.
don't have you. My kids oldest son is 13, 11. Then 8 and 3. We still don't have a smartphone for them. If you meet my kids, they're going to talk to you. If you come to my house, they're going to talk to you. But unfortunately, most of us have this. We're like this, glued to it, right? At our cigar lounge, we don't allow any cell phones. Why not? Because when you come to the boardroom, I want you to talk to each other. Set that aside, right? So in any instance where you're going to know how to deal with a group of people, human nature, get the best out of them, challenge them, encourage them, get them to work together, man, that's such a valuable asset today.
It is a valuable asset. I agree with him, like I said, but I wonder what we're going to get those humans to do, because a lot of jobs are going to be replaced with AI. What are we inspiring them to do? That's my question. What's the next thing? You know, it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. In the next 3 to 5 years, what the landscape of the business world is going to actually look like
Today, and I think it's going to be for a very, very long time, including knowing how to leverage AI. You're still going to need somebody that knows how to deal with other human beings. Now, all these other guys are going to be replaced. Telemarketing is transactional. Retail sales associates, transactional. Inbound sales representative, transactional, can be AI doing it. Lead qualification specialist, transactional. Appointment setter, transactional. Customer service, transactional, AI can do that. Subscription renewal specialist, maybe a little bit of human being, but still transactional.
So yeah, I agree with him 100% on that. If you think about it, right at the end of the day, we're all consumers. And the reason why these massive corporations don't have people in the United States, because it's just way too expensive. At Blink Voice, all of our customer service is stateside. So we actually invest that so you get a better experience as a user. The thing is though, me being a consumer, if I was to call into my Verizon or whatever the case is, the auto attendants that they have right now, the automated attendants, they're just horribly programmed. It's not good technology straight up. But if you were to put a better technology, a smart AI in there that I'm actually able to get my problem solved faster than speaking to a live person, it's going to be AI all day long, right? So I think it's time for humans to step their game up, and you cannot phone in your job anymore. You need to be leveraging AI. You need to get onto Pitch Me. You need to download this app and get a good consultant. Level up. Let's go 2025. Come on.